Next track. Volume 15. Volume 10. Alright. Let's see if I can get some of this stuff done on this engine today. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Next track. I don't recognize any of these songs, to be honest. Actually, no, this is Jet Set Radio. Oh, that's good. Drop that. That's awesome. Did I send out that tweet or not? Nope. Dang it. Post my Twitch link. Why is... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on here, because I am not getting any... And Simo Yolo, what's up, dude? How you doing today? Oh, I know what happened here. Restart. So I've got a new app that is supposed to be combining both Twitch and YouTube. And I did some testing a few days ago and it was working. And now today it's not. So it's like, it's kind of irritating. Yeah, I am not sure. Whatever. I gotta keep cleaning these bolts and stuff. Hopefully today we'll be getting the oil pump onto the front and then the oil pan on, so that's what I'm hoping at least. What is the program name? It's called Social Stream. I'm just wondering if it's something with, it's like one-time use and I gotta set everything back up again. I don't know. Like right now I've got the thing that YouTube gives me on this side and the thing that Twitch gives me on this side, and then I've got Social Stream in the middle, which was supposed to combine the two, and it's not combining it, so I don't know. Alright, let's see here. This is metric. Okay, so it's 1.25 pitch. That's good. But I don't remember what size it was. It's probably an M8? M7, M10, what? Oh, M8, okay. M8 1.25. Is it? It's not an M9, is it? No, M9's way too loose. Webson, what's up, dude? How you doing today? See, now I've got to double check this because this is not wanting to actually go in properly. It said 1.25, right? Yeah, it's 1.25. Why is this not working? So weird. Okay. All right, so what I have here is just a nice little tap set. I want to go through and just clean all the threads of these bolts before I do anything with them. The problem now is it feels extra tight for something that should just be cleaning the threads. Why is that so difficult to turn? It's a size 12. What bolts am I cleaning? The bolts that attach the oil pump to the front of the motor. I'm just trying to make sure all the sealant's off of them and stuff. And Rafa, what's up, dude? How you doing today? Okay, now that I've actually got, a wrench on it, it's turning well. I just needed, more power than what my fingers could hold onto the thing. Like, you don't want old sealant getting in the way, so... Okay, yeah, that's working much better. I'm going to end up dropping one of these things on my feet is what's going to happen. All right. So here, let me show you what I have. So when you put the oil pump on the front of the motor, this entire piece going around it has to be completely sealed on with sealant, right? And when the bolts are put through it, you end up getting crap like that on the bolts. So it's just a blob of sealant right in the middle of the threads. And that's the stuff that I'm trying to essentially get off. So, there we go. Now, when I put this back in, I am going to be using blue Loctite because these are those kind of bolts that you want to go on. I hate that the camera hasn't refocused yet now. Camera, please. Okay. So, as you can see, that bolt is much cleaner than what it was before. Still a little bit dirty on the outside, but that's not the part I'm super worried about. Two down, three to go. Nightmare? I found this thing extremely easy to build. It's just this engine that I have is car's a 97, so oh my god, how many years is that it's just been covered in grime and nastiness? Like, I mean, I've found this engine relatively easy to put together. It's just, it's my first time doing it all, so I'm just taking my time with it is all. Frickin' bug flying around here. That was the shortest bolt. Viper 2K, what's up, dude? How you doing today? I'll tell you one thing. When we take apart my RX-7's motor, that's going to be a fun one. That is going to be a very, very fun engine to take apart and put back together. See, I'm tinkering with stuff again. Have I read the frickin' manual yet? Multiple times. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I'm just trying to ensure that I have good hardware that isn't like the threads aren't filled with shit. Right? So I have literally been avoiding putting this motor together so I can actually stream it, right? Like, I've had multiple times where I could have done this off stream, but I'm like, I could do this one little thing and get it done with, but then I'm like, it'll just be one little thing, and then the next day one little thing, and then the motor will be put together and I wouldn't have streamed any of it. So I've just been kind of, I meant read, not looked at pictures. What, there's text? So I mentioned my recent part score for the 7. Ooh, yes. So, Lance, thank you for bringing it up. Give me a moment because I have to go grab it. Because it is relatively heavy and it's currently dirty as hell because I haven't cleaned it up yet. I need to pressure wash it. Getting all that sealant coming off. Am I putting a thread on a bolt? No, I'm cleaning the threads. I'm making sure that there's no crap on the threads themselves. I'm just running it down the tap. Like the engine block itself, all the tapped holes, I ran a thread through them just to clean them all out. So these are just the 5 bolts that hold the oil pump on. And that's an important 5 bolts. So I want to make sure that they're really clean and ready to go into the engine. I'm doing this kind of weird maneuver with my hands to... because both tools have ratcheting mechanisms. So it's kind of funny. So, nice and clean. All 5 are done. It was like a dusting of metal flake inside of it, so it must have cleaned the threads out a little bit. So, yeah, so Lance, give me a second and I'll go grab the thing. So actually, over the last couple days, I've actually scored a couple really nice things. I got myself a proper toolbox, so that'll be something that we'll have to... It was filled with tools too, so I've got to go through and inventory those and figure out my tools versus the tools that were already in it, figure out what I need, what I don't. A lot of the stuff already in it is like, what do you call it? SAE, Imperial, while everything else is metric. But let me grab a thing here, one moment. All right, so let me see if I can find this thing. I am going to try to... How am I going to carry this damn thing? It's a bit dirty, so... Sure, that'll work. I've got to replace a few lines on it, but I now have a Turbo 2 turbo and exhaust manifold. So my RX-7 will be turbocharged. I just gotta... It did not come with the downpipe, which I've already been looking at some downpipes from Racing Beat. They're about $250. And that will... Well, the 3-inch one is like $250, but I'll probably just get that one so I don't have to deal with that crap. And then, what is it called? Sorry, now I gotta sit down because I'm tired. I've got to also get the oil feed line for the turbo because that did not come with it, so. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it'll work really well. Just got to get the proper supporting stuff on the car, and then I'm probably going to start off with using my Miata's old intercooler. It's a front mount. So I will probably need to buy some 2.5-inch aluminum piping to make intercooler piping, or the intake tract. And I need to fix my wiring for my secondary injectors, because right now they're not running. I mean, my primary injectors are so large that right now, naturally aspirated, I don't need them, but I need to fix that before I continue doing any turbo stuff, to be honest. All right, next, what do we do next? Next, I grab my safety glasses, because I'm going to use a wire brush real quick and just go at the heads of these bolts and try to clean them off. Just make sure as much of this crap is off of them as I can. Just trying to make sure all the grime and stuff in the corners is essentially off of it. I am going to be putting these bolts in with blue Loctite. So blue Loctite will definitely hold it a lot better than just putting them in normally. But blue Loctite can also be removed if something should happen. The other thing is, what is it called? I've got some marker stuff that you put on the bolt to make sure it doesn't loosen. If it does, it cracks. So that'll be a nice little addition. A lot of this stuff over the last few weeks has been me just waiting for certain things to come in. So got a whole bunch of this sealant stuff to properly bond the oil pan onto the thing. I got that awesome torque wrench a couple weeks ago, so we're good with that. And then I had to get a whole bunch of new seals. So the seals have to go on, and then the oil pan goes around it, so it seals it nicely to the engine block. There we go. Sweet. All 5 bolts are cleaned. That size 12 is going to go on the torque wrench. So set you right there. All right. So I got the windage tray completely cleaned off. The oil pickup tube will end up actually connecting to that, so that's why that one's slightly loose right there. The oil pan, oh, that's right, I should probably do that. Let me find my blue Loctite real quick. This is the new oil pump itself. So it's a Boundary Engineering oil pump. It's supposed to be really, really good. The only things I do need to change with this is that this oil seal, I will need to pull this out, which I don't know if I can do that by hand. That needs to be removed because the one that they give with this kit is reportedly crap. I've actually got a Mazda OEM one, so that'll work. The other thing with this one specifically is it is shimmed slightly. It's shimmed slightly. So what that should mean is that my oil pressure should be a couple PSI above what it is normally, which is a good thing. And yeah. So let me see if I can remove this frickin' seal. I might need to take it out into the garage and hit it with a tap. This is one of these things, like, you do not want to scratch the inner part of this, because that is what seals that's what keeps the oil from coming out, essentially. Because that's where the crank goes through. Okay, I see. That's an oil bypass. That's the actual oil pickup. That right there is the emergency relief valve, so it doesn't get above too high. Nice. Let's see here. What are these? So, this O-ring right there is where the pressurized oil then gets pushed into the engine block and then throughout the entire engine. This is the oil pickup. It goes in here. This is cammed, so it turns with the crank. And the way this looks, it makes me wonder if you can actually tee off of this as an oil supply. Because it is, like, that's where they drilled the hole through, but it just makes me wonder if you can. Or, no, that's probably a really good place for the oil pressure sensor, to be honest. Because that gets the oil pressure coming immediately out of the pump. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to take this and clean it off with alcohol. On other notes, I do have my surgery scheduled for my back. How much horsepower were these internals good to again? 750. Or 750 foot-pounds of torque. So horsepower could be above or below that. This engine, usually torque and horsepower are very close. Maybe horsepower a little bit above that, but... Cadillo, what's up, dude? How you doing today? So this thing also has these grooves in it that supposedly the sealant is supposed to kind of go into to get even more of a bite into the piece. So I'm trying to make sure I clean down inside that really well. More than enough to turn a Miata from fun to terrifying? Yes. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is like the 300 I had before was plenty fun, right? The main reason why I'm doing this is just so I can just essentially, the car will be a lot more reliable and a lot, what's the word? It'll be safer to drive on the shitty 91 octane fuel that is the highest I can get where I live. Because the pistons are now lower compression, that means I can safely run more timing and or just more boost in general to, yeah. It's mainly just to be safe with the crappy fuel that we have here. Like, when I lived in Utah, you could get 93 all day long. Well, I strengthened the piston shafts. The rods? No, the rods are beefy as hell. The rods are massive in this car now. Give me a moment and I can show you the old rod versus the... Well, I can't really show you the new rod because they're in the engine block at the moment, so it's really hard to see them. However, I do have a picture on my phone. I-beam? No, these are H-beam. These are H-beam rods. These, like when you see the picture, you'll be like, holy shit. So the stock Miata rods are very well known to start to bend at about 350 foot-pounds of torque. Right? And that's why I went up to 300 horsepower and essentially stopped. Because I didn't want to cross that line and start bending rods. I'm like, where the hell's my phone? Yeah, hold on a minute. I have, or at least I had, a really good picture of both rods side by side. Problem now is trying to locate them on the phone. I mean, it should be relatively easy. I think I took it with a green background, so it should kind of stand out. Again, it's just finding them. Because I bought these rods like this car has not ran for 2 years. There it is. No, I didn't take it with the green background. So that's the stock rod versus the new rod. And you got to remember is that the new rod, it's what is called an H-beam. So it's got the two big wide things, and there's like the H joining in between. So from the top, it's kind of, well, it's really hard for me to do this with my hand, but the beam is shaped like this, right? So it's got like this big, beefy middle piece, and the rod is shaped from the bottom all the way to the top. Well, a lot like McLaren and Ferrari, they use short rods because those engines are designed to go up into really, really high RPM. I mean, my engine will be safe to rev up to like 9,000, but I don't have the supporting hardware on the cylinder head to support the 9,000, right? And then the other thing too, Miata engines from the factory are balanced to within 2 grams. Okay? Like, you think about that, like, that's a lot, right? When I did my balancing and I went through everything and I ground material off of everything to make sure everything was balanced, I went to, mine are balanced to within 1/100th of a gram. So I'm really hoping that my engine will be like a lot smoother running just in general, right? I tried to apply what I learned with helping engines in the Air Force grinding turbine blades to really, like, turbine blades, they're spinning at like 100,000 RPM. They need to be balanced, otherwise weird shit happens. So I tried to apply that to my piston motor. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. I made sure my stuff was balanced really well. Like when I took all my stuff to the machine shop, like I brought the guy a printout of all of my balance numbers. Let's just say that my balancing was so precise, okay, that for portions of it, I had to turn my house AC off because the airflow going across the room was causing it to vary the scale. That's how precise I was getting it. I had to do that so many times in the Air Force, too, when we were balancing, like, airplane control surfaces. Like, you had to be in a room that had, like, you had to put everything in there, you had to shut down the room's climate control, and you had to let the room sit with nobody in it for 30 minutes before you went in and balanced the parts. To let the air slow down naturally because you're balancing such a large component, right? I essentially did that with my engine stuff. So, and in fact, I showed this off the other day. Yeah, here's the engine balancing jig that I 3D printed to make sure it had as little friction as possible. It's got ball bearings here and here to support everything, and that allowed it to hang the rod from the heavy end and the light end to balance the two sides of the rod effectively. All right, I need to find my blue Loctite. I know where my red Loctite's at. But where is my blue? I thought I had it over here. Nope, that's the VizTorque stuff. We will be using that in a little bit, however, so keep that out. Rear main oil seal. Okay, awesome. We will have to be doing that too. Wait a minute, where? I thought I had the... Oh, there it is. It's literally underneath the thing. There we go. Blue thread locker. All right. This sounds like a song from Auto Modelista. No, this is from Ridge Racer 4. Interesting. Okay. Let me see if I can find a different playlist here. And Roman, what's up, dude? How you doing today? There we go. Let's try that. Overall, I'm doing good. I've got surgery scheduled in a month for hopefully fix my back pain, but other than that, overall good. Let's see here. All right, so this is the other thing I did this week, is I have my oil pan here. Inside of it, I have the oil baffle plate. Made sure to take this and I cleaned the ever-living shit out of it. And then I've got the 5 bolts that hold that on. So I need to put blue Loctite on these and get them back in. What size bolt is this? Looks like it's either an 11 or a 10. It's probably a 10. Yep, it's a 10. Alright, trying to think where I... How did I misplace my damn torque wrench? It's like 3 feet long. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Okay. Let me see if I can try to get this on camera, though. All right. So that just goes right there. Kind of slots in position. There's 2 locator pins, one right there, one right there. So now, like, those pins go through those little tiny holes so it won't move. And then I've got these bolts, which, oh, that's right, blue Loctite. Haven't cut the end off of it yet, so it's not open. Okay, there it is. It's open now. Let's put that cap back on the oil before I spill it. All right. That's good. Drop all the bolts down into the lower area. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got the 5th one in my hand. Where did I put the wrench? Oh, there's the wrench. All right. So a little bit of blue. Being that these are in the oil pan, you really don't want them to loosen up. So now I don't want to put red on it because the red will, in the future, if I ever decide to drop the oil pan and put like a different kind of baffle in it, which is a possibility because I have been looking at some higher end baffles that have like moving pieces in it. I will want to get these out at some point, so. Pretty much everything that I'm doing from this point on needs to be blue Loctited. Yeah. So these, the front, the oil the oil pump, and when I actually put the oil pan on, that'll be another thing. And sorry, right now, I'm not in a position to be able to see my chat, so if someone's saying something, I can't see it quite yet. One other thing I did do to this oil pan, other than completely cleaning it, is the outer edge. I did run a file on it just to break that super sharp edge, because I swear I felt like I was going to cut myself on it. Everything else that needs to be sharp stayed sharp. But got this super nice and clean the other day. Went outside with the pressure washer and used the 0 degree spraying head to get all the crap out of the crevices there. So, alright, so there's that. Okay, the reason why I'm being, like, slow with this, too, is, again, my back hurts greatly, but the second thing is a lot of the next stuff has to be done relatively quickly, because you're essentially putting a bunch of sealant on things. And when you start putting the sealant on it, as an example, let's see if I can move this back. As an example, this is the oil pump, okay? And the oil pump will end up going right, let's see here. There it goes. So the oil pump goes on the front of the engine like that. And right here and right here where the sealant goes down and around the front to seal that part in, it's going to have sealant coming out at those two cracks right there. And the problem is you want to get the oil pan on top and the entire thing sealed up together so all the sealant bonds together and it creates a seal. Otherwise, if I let this sealant dry and then try to put the oil pan on top of dried sealant, it might not bond properly, and then I have a leak on either side right here, and I really don't want that. So, yeah. But that's where that'll go. I got to get this piece. This piece goes on the back. Yeah, this has to go on first as well. Again, that needs to be sealed on. So, sealant over this entire thing here. That's what this groove's for. That's the rear main oil seal. And I've got all brand new stuff for it from Flying Miata. Is anyone here? Oh, I'm here. I'm just, when I'm looking at the engine, I can't see chat. I have to keep turning around. Bad kind of setup with trying to build the engine in my basement. But yeah, overall things are going good. I'm just, again, this is my first time ever building an engine to this extent, so I'm just going slowly and making sure I'm doing everything right. And I'm just at that weird position where I'm about to have to put a bunch of stuff. Am I the only one? Right now on YouTube, possibly. There's apparently 17 people watching on Twitch right now. But I'm streaming to both at the same time. I've had a couple other people jump onto YouTube and say stuff. I don't know if they're still here, if they've left though. YouTube's number tracker, the viewer thing is weird sometimes. Okay. And again, guys, I apologize for me just standing around. I'm trying to figure out all this stuff that I've got to do. I've got these 2 bolts right there are for the oil pickup. Okay, so this will end up going right there. I've got the lines that goes through it. This. So the windage tray here, the windage tray goes right there. Like so. And that's what keeps the oil from splashing up and hitting the spinning crank. And then when that bolts on right there, that bolts on to that spot. And again, the reason why I'm talking about this right now is that I have to, as an example here, this windage tray, I got to seal the bottom of it and the top of it because essentially the oil pan is what holds most of it together. I've already cleaned all those holes. I've cleaned the holes on the oil pan. I thought I had all the hardware for the oil pan up here. I might need to clean them so they're oil-free, however. Rear main oil seal, I've got those. And again, the rear main oil seal, I've got to put it on with sealant too. So like when I do the sealant stuff, it's going to be really quick. I'm just trying to get kind of psyched up for it and prepped for everything. I need to locate my oil pan bolts because I'm not seeing them because it's a few of them. Quite a lot. Got both the YouTube and Twitch up at the same time. Nice. Yeah, see, like I downloaded this social stream program, and when I was doing testing the other day, it was working then, but now today when I'm actually doing a stream, it's not combining the chats, which is kind of crappy. I'm trying to remember where I put the oil pan bolts now. But yeah, all these bolts, they also all have to be torqued to proper values. So I'm going to get, like, this is all set up for this stuff, right? Like right now, I've got a spreadsheet here where I've been keeping track of stuff. And let's see. So the oil pickup gets 70 to 95 inch-pounds of torque. The oil pump, 14 to 18 foot-pounds of torque. So I've got those. I need to get the oil pan bolts torque. I got to remember where the hell I put the bolts, though. Let me go double-check the garage. One moment. I thought I brought it inside, but... And as I was saying earlier, too, one of the other very nice things about the garage is I got a proper toolbox yesterday. So my table of tools is going to be able to be cleaned up greatly. Alright, exhaust downpipe. Headlight mounts, no. Bumper bolts, radiator, air conditioner. Where is fuel manifold, AC, exhaust, under tray, roll bar, butterfly brace? Where are my oil pan bolts? See, it's making me wonder if I took them downstairs and now I'm just probably sitting underneath something. Damn it. Yeah, I have a feeling. I thought I brought them inside, so they're probably downstairs somewhere. I've been moving a bunch of stuff around this basement room, so but where did I put them? Huh. Well, this is going to be irritating if I can't find my damn oil pan bolts. BeamNG Drive. Yeah, BeamNG Drive. I haven't played it in a while, but I've been reading a bunch about people. Like people have been doing a bunch of sim racing with it a lot more recently. They've been getting some really crazy, what is it? Physics stuff and ability to do multiplayer and all that stuff. Let's see here. I've got big beefy engine mounts for when I put that back in the car. Well, this is kind of annoying. I thought I had... Next track. You know what? It might be over on this table. Or maybe not. Damn it. Yeah, this is a little bit annoying. I thought I had all my bolts for this damn oil pan. I mean, it's not like it's only a couple. It's like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18 bolts. So it should be like a baggie full of them, but I'm not seeing any anywhere. Just trying to see if it got moved somewhere else now. Because, like, for example, my torque wrench did get moved over. So I've got the good torque wrench, right? I like this torque wrench. It's a nice... Dittrick, what's up, dude? How you doing today? It's a very nice torque wrench. But I'm a little bit irritating now because I cannot seem to find my damn oil hand bolts. Guys, I'm going to go up and look through the garage one more time because I am not seeing anything anywhere. Move the VR headset for a moment. Make sure I didn't put it underneath something over here. Nope. Nope. What is this? Nope, that's computer cooling hardware. All right, yeah, I'm going to go check the garage again, guys. I'll be right back. Let's see. See, I remember having them because it's like 16 short bolts and then 2 real bolts on the back. I just don't remember what I did with the bag when I was with it now. And that's irritating to me. What did I just knock over? And also, guys, I apologize if anyone is saying anything in chat. I can't see it because I am nowhere near my screens. That is new clutch bearings, flywheel, pressure plate. Nope, 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 nope. Damn it. And the part that makes this really irritating is that I literally have 2 engines with both oil pans removed, and I can't find the bolts for either of them. How? How does that happen? How? I do not understand. That's all intake No, that's all cylinder head stuff up there. AC bracket, intake manifold bolts, engine mount, throttle body, battery brace, no, butterfly brace. No, I've already went through all this stuff. What the ever-living shit? Cylinder head bolts. Cam cover bolts. I've got a couple ball joints for the RX-7 I need to install at some point here too. Going through all this stuff is reminding me of doing that as well. Ugh. Well, this is really, really annoying. What is it, buddy? I heard that. What is it? Make sure they didn't fall behind the desk somewhere. Did you hide my oil pan bolts? Did you? Do you know where they are? Oh, hold on. I got another box in here. I'm wondering if it got... Did something get jammed behind a box? Mayhap. Nothing underneath it. It can fall down into it. Shouldn't have. But still gotta check. Nope. contents of that box, that's another thing we got to be putting together at some point. That is my sim racing cockpit. So that'll be a fun thing to get working. Oh, where the hell is this stuff? Like, I kept all the engine stuff together, so I'm just wondering where the hell a freaking huge bag of bolts would have even gone to. Damn it. Yeah, Malcolm has been... Yeah. How are you doing? How are you doing? He is going to be celebrating his 16th birthday in September. Right? 16! You get your driver's permit and go get groceries for me, buddy. So I don't have to leave the house. That's what 16-year-olds do, right? What the ever-living shit happened to my damn bolts? I'm trying to see if I maybe put them into one of the previous part boxes or something. I'm gonna. The thing is, I'm gonna end up finding them, and they're gonna be in the most stupid spot. I just know it. That's the annoying part. What's up, buddy? Not underneath that. Not underneath that. This can be thrown away. Yeah, Malcolm was like, I'm going to go upstairs and get some food now. Make sure it didn't go behind my screens. Guys, again, I apologize. I could have sworn I had all this stuff ready to frickin' go. And now it's just completely gone. Sadly, this might be the end of the stream today. I can't progress until I find these bolts. I have to have the bolts to put on, and you got to seal the thing down. So if I don't have the bolts, I can't do any sealant, which means I'm at a stopping point. This is really annoying. Well, damn it. Yeah, I'm at a loss now of where else I could have possibly put them. I was hoping to get this damn thing done today, and now I can't do shit. Damn it. Yeah, so essentially, what's going to happen once I find these bolts, let's start off with the hardest to get to location. You have the rear main oil seal, which is this assembly here. The seal itself goes inside this and essentially is the seal to prevent oil from coming out of the rotating part of the crank coming out the back. This will end up going back here and right there. It's held in with 4 bolts. The sealant has to go not only on this part that makes contact with the actual engine block, but also when it's in this orientation here, we'll have sealant on top. There is a rubber seal that goes up and over this, which I will probably put a very light coating of sealant on it to make sure it doesn't come off either. You're supposed to put like a big gob of it in the corners so it squishes and fills that up so it doesn't leak. From that, the front, the oil pump itself, we just kind of slid it on. But this will have to get sealant all around this. I'll make sure it goes around all the bolt holes so it seals really, really nicely. And then this, once it's on, it's actually a part of what the oil pan bolts into. Come on. There it goes. So the oil pan actually bolts here too. There's another rubber seal that goes over top. Again, big gob of it in the corner. I'll probably put a light coating of it, both above and below the seal, so it's really in there and sealed really well. And then the sealant will continue all the way around. It'll go around all the holes. It'll be on both top and bottom of this windage tray, so that won't leak. The edges of it will... Actually, hold on. Am I putting that in backwards? Wait, no. Okay, that's right. The slot is actually in the oil pan itself. That's right. And then, yeah, then the oil pan will just get dropped straight down. I still need to get the oil pickup tube on there. So again, like all this stuff has to get on there, and I can't do it without these bolts, because if this sealant here dries before I put the other thing on, that and right there won't create a good seal. So it has to be done all at once. You can get up here again, buddy? Did you take my oil pan bolts? Did you? You take my oil pan bolts? Did you hide them? God, this is annoying. I don't have any idea where else it could be. Like everything, when I'm getting this engine ready, I either put it on that table or that table, and both of them nothing. So And I just went into the garage, looked around. I didn't see the other set of oil pan bolts set for my other engine either. So it's like, what the hell happened to all my bolts? Did you take them and hit them for me? I need them back, buddy. Right? Oh, yeah, all the face rubs. Guys, sadly, I think that's where I'm going to have to end the stream here today, because until I get a set of bolts, I can't do anything. This completely sucks. Let me go online real quick and see how much it costs to get a new set, because that is really irritating. I might be able to go, to my local hardware store and get a whole bunch, but a couple of them are really, really long. It's a $60 set on MiataBolts.com. What the hell? Yeah, it's those two specialty bolts that are like this freaking long that are the problem. What are we looking at? You are looking at the bottom of my engine block. Okay, so they're 6mm bolts. 6mm for most of them. This is super irritating. Here, Dunpeel, here. Let me actually show you guys what I have so far. So, remove that. So, you're looking essentially at the crankshaft and then the 4 rods that the pistons are attached to. Let me get a set of gloves on real quick, because I've got assembly lube on everything, so it's a mess to touch. So those are the 4 cylinders, starting from the front of the motor, cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then as the, pull this back off. I don't want to be spinning it if I don't need to. When the engine is turning, the pistons are essentially doing that. So, But right now, because of all the assembly stuff, it needs to be in the upside down configuration to... Lord Victim, what's up, dude? How you doing today? Yeah, this is like super irritating. I can't do anything else until I get these locate these bolts. Super annoying. I'm trying to rack my brain on where else I could have put them. But yeah, from the bottom, when the crankshaft spins, essentially that's what's happening. That's top dead center for cylinder 1. I'll have to, once I actually get it in the car, I'll have to ensure that it is complete top dead center. Make a bunch of marks to make sure it's super precise. So when I get all the timing stuff on it, everything's lined up properly. Good thing with this engine is it's what's called a non-interference engine. So there's no configuration of any of the parts that cause the valves to hit the pistons. Some higher compression engines, the valves open to a point where at a certain angle, the piston could crash into the valve and bend stuff. But I'm lucky that these engines don't have that. I'm a little bit annoyed at myself because I have been trying to get this stuff set up for the last several weeks. And I'm 99% sure that I had brought the bolts down here, but now I cannot seem to locate them anywhere. So, this is really annoying, guys. I apologize. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to have to stop the stream because I can't do anything else. Should dissect an alien, right? But yeah, I can't do anything. Everything else, for me to put it on, requires sealant. And the problem is, the moment you start with the sealant, you got to do everything that requires sealant all at the same time. And I can't do that if I can't find the damn bolts. Oh my god. I thought I was going to get finished with this bottom end today. This is really irritating. So, sadly, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. Unless I can find, I'm now irritated at myself. I'm going to have to go and tear down my garage, see if I can locate where these damn bolts are, and then I might start another stream later if I can find them. But right now, it's not looking good. Because, in fact, here, let me actually show you guys this, too. Like, all the smaller bolts are absolutely fine. I could go to the hardware store and get those. The difficult ones are the two really long ones. Because, I shit you not, check this out, okay? You have a bolt going through that. There. And then over here, you have a bolt that goes in here, and it goes all the way through this and goes there. And those are the specialty bolts that I do not have. And it's like, yeah, I need those. I really need those. We did get this thing put back in with blue Loctite, so we at least got something done. But, God, this is annoying. Yeah. Again, guys, I apologize. This is just super irritating for me. Yeah, I just can't do anything else until I find this. Use super glue? Right? No, I'm doing this proper, so no. But yeah, I got the oil pump bolts, the threads clean, so that's done. Oh, this is just super irritating. At a stopping point, I thought I had everything set up, but I seem to have mislocated my oil pan bolts. And if I don't have the oil pan bolts, I can't do anything else because I'm at the point where everything that needs to go on requires sealant. Yeah, super irritating. Again, guys, I apologize. I'm going to try to be back on later, but I've now got to turn my garage inside out trying to find these things. God, that's super irritating. Been live for almost an hour, 45 minutes. That sucks. But yeah, let me see if there's somebody that I watch. I'm going to send you guys over to go watch them, at least on Twitch. Let's see here. You don't really find many people that are streaming putting car engines together on Twitch, really, right? I'm going to send you guys over to go watch Timac. He's currently, Timac. He's currently playing No Man's Sky. They do have drops active in that, at least, if you want to get those. But, guys, thank you all for hanging out. I apologize for having to cut the stream short like this. This is really irritating to me because I thought I had them. Like, this is really irritating. So now I've got to find them and try to... Yeah, if I find them soon, I'll be going live again. But for now, I think that's going to be it, guys. Again, thank you for hanging out. I will see y'all later. Take care. Later, guys.